Hi guys, it's Beverly. I wanted to come on here and show you some finished objects. Um, if you watched me before, you will remember that last year I purchased some Premier bobbins and I bought 9 of them. I had found them on clearance at Michael's and I just kind of went crazy. They were kind of falling apart and didn't bother me they were falling apart because I take the lids off anyway. But as you can see, the yarn is just so beautiful. I finished this shawl, and this, I showed you this pattern the other day. I'll link it below. I don't remember what the name of it is right off. But I loved it because it had some solid double crochet sections and some open weave. And it just came out lovely in this yarn. Then, let's see. Oh, in this year of crochet, the Bella Coco Crochet Society magazine, it was very expensive because it came from Europe or from England, and I was able to locate it. And the reason I wanted it is because there was 2 patterns in here I wanted to make. I wanted to make this shawl. It's called the Meadow Sweet Shawl, and the designer was Anna Kiki Kowski. And it was exclusive to the Crochet Society boxes, and I can't afford that subscription, but I was able to do a one-time magazine find to locate this. So I finally got this, and I made this shawl with that pattern, and I used some more of the Premier bobbin. So out of 2 bobbins I got 2 shawls, and these of course will be for donations, but this pattern was written in UK terms, and so it was a challenge just translating it. I didn't do the border that it called for because I was running out of the yarn, but I thought this was a nice border. It matches the single crochet fine foundation cast on, and I made it wide enough. I made it wider than she did so that it would fit a big girl like me. And it was a yarn eater. It takes 2 rows, as you can almost see, to complete each of the patterns here, and it has puff stitches and half double crochets. But I just fell in love with it when I was watching Summer's Tips and Stitches, and saw this in her Crochet Society box. Now the next pattern that I wanted to make was a scarf. Yes, here it is. This is called the Arcade Delight Scarf, and this design is by Jessica Bloom, and it was in a Crochet Society box, and so I plan on making that. It calls for DK yarn, and I purchased some Stylecraft DK yarn from Ophelia Talks to make one of her crochet alongs, and it was a mystery crochet along, and I didn't really care too much for the product that she produced, but I loved the chance to locate some of the Stylecraft DK yarn, and there was 14 skeins in a big bag. I did open it on one of my videos, and So I'm going to use two skeins of the Stylecraft DK yarn to make this. And the colors I'm going to use is the Stone and the Mocha. And I thought that would be pretty in this pattern. In this pattern. These two. Okay, so I'm going to be making that, and it calls for an F, but I think I'm going to use a G. An F's kind of small. Even this yarn calls for a G. So I think I'm going to use that. Now, back to shawls. On shawls, if you guys have some yarn that you want to use up, maybe that you have one skein or one cake and you want to use it up, and this pattern from Marleyburg is just perfect. It's called the Super Simple Shawl, and it's a crochet pattern. It's very easy. It has a picot edge, which the picot, I just love the little picot she did. And it has a small filet crochet mesh. And it can be used just as a neck scarf, or it can be used, you know, as a larger shawl if you would like. But it's just a super easy pattern. Also, Christy's Creations is doing this as a crochet along for the next 2 weeks, I believe. And if you complete it in the next 2 weeks, you can post it on her Facebook page, and hopefully you would win a gift or giveaway from Christy. But this, whether you enter or not, this is a great pattern to get rid of one cake or one skein. Okay, now back to the yarn from the Ophelia Talks, the DK Stylecraft. So this is what I made for my furl hooks. What I did is, initially when you do her crochet along, you are doing 16 granny squares. And I didn't really want to continue on with it. So what I decided to do is that my Furls Odyssey hooks deserved a special place. And so what I did was I found some material. I'm from Florida, so it has palm trees and flamingos. And I got I forget what color they called the zipper. But anyway, on Ophelia Talks, she has a pouch. And she shows you how to line it and put the zipper in. And so I followed her pattern. And this tassel, I got from Darn Good Yarn. It was in one of their mystery boxes that I purchased. And it just is coincidence that it matches these colors. So I made this pouch for my Furls hooks. So that's another finished object. Then, if you remember, Evelyn was so kind to replace my J Purple Odyssey hook that I lost. And her request was that I make something in the color turquoise to donate to my crochet club for donations to my county. And so I decided that I would use this yarn here. Now, some people might say this is not turquoise, but there is a darker blue shade here. What this is the Premier Puzzle. Now, the Premier Puzzle, I bought this yarn quite a while ago. This color is Jigsaw, and it's 100% acrylic. It's a number 5, and I bought 2 skeins of it. And I've been wanting to make this blanket. It's a pattern from Premier. And the name of the pattern is the Arden, or however you would pronounce it in your area, Arden Throw. It's a crochet pattern, and it calls for 7 balls to make it 42 by 52. But I generally make my blankets 36, 40-ish. And also it calls for the cluster stitch. And it makes the cluster stitch using 4 loops, I think. Well, other ladies in my group have made this, and they only did 2. So you pull through 3 instead of pulling through 4. Are you with me? And they've been only using 2 of these skeins when they are making charity size blankets they're donating. So I think this will be perfect. I'm hoping that Evelyn likes this color. It's so squishy soft. I've been dying to use this, and that's what I thought I would do. So I've gone through my finished objects and some what I want to make. Right at this very minute, I only have 1 whip. The other day I showed you that I had 5. So, or no, I have 2, because one is a cow. So I'm caught up and I have to wait. That's the one with Nan's next knots. So I finished 3 of the 5 whips that I had. So, you know how we are. We got to cast on something new. Okay, guys. Thanks. Like, subscribe. Do your girl a favor. Love you guys. Bye.